this is something I always hear a lot of ladies say. They want a 50-50 relationship from a man, right? Let me ask you this. Do you guys want a very healthy masculine man? When I say
Mm,
masculine,
What do you
you
mean,
would
like physically
no, like
looking?
yeah.
do you guys want a very strong masculine man? Like he's confident, he's a great leader, he's
You,
ambitious,
you know,
um, he
Well,
he
what,
he
what,
he provides
okay,
for you,
who,
protects for you, he does
I
all
would,
these
yes.
things for you. Is that would you want that type of man?
to be honest, I kind of like them to have some flaws. I want them to have, like they can just be themselves. They don't have to be perfect body or anything, but just as long that they're sensitive to how I feel or treat me like how they would want their sister, their mothers, their great grandma to be treated, if that makes
this
sense.
is this is why I try to go for guys that have younger sisters because they know how to respect you and treat you right. Because most guys I've noticed that I've talked to, dated, whatever, they if they don't have a mother figure in their life, they will treat you like shit. They
Girl,
will
you
treat
right.
you so badly and so disrespectfully. And I feel like when a guy has a younger sister, that's top
Yeah.
notch, like the best.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. And
no, go
okay,
ahead,
well,
go ahead, go ahead, no, go ahead.
um, so you said physically masculine. I'm fine for masculine, but there's some parts of masculinity that's toxic. Sometimes men thinks like, hey, oh, that's actually the question to your answer is like, I don't want to be somebody's mother. Like they think like they can treat you whatever because you're a woman, because you're sensitive, because you will forgive them, I want to be treated like we're equal, even though we have different function, we're different genders, but
You need to have like a
Okay,
balance of
so
like
this is
confidence and vulnerability and humility. You need to have like a
yeah.
balance.
Well, this is the thing
yeah.
well, when you say 50-50 partnership, I feel like that's something that I've noticed a lot of women say in modern women say in America. But you have to understand that when it comes to relationships, there's roles that has to be played. The man has a role and the woman has a role, right? And
Okay.
if I'm telling you this right now, if you guys all want a strong, independent, ambitious, confident man, right? Does that all sound like good qualities to you guys?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Because that's something I always hear from a lot of women. I want 50-50. If I clean, he has to clean. If I wash this, he has to wash dishes. If you meet a very confident and masculine man, he he is perfect. He wants to look for a woman that he doesn't want to do all that stuff. He doesn't want to cook. He doesn't want to clean because he's already fulfilling his role. So they're always looking
Yeah.
for a woman. Because that's like look, I'll give you a perfect example. For you to ask a man to cook and clean, that's like me asking, hey, if when something happens in our house, it's time to protect and secure the house. I'm gonna ask you, hey, it's 50-50 partnership. If the burglar jumps into the house, you need to go and handle that. You can't ask a man to go
Honestly, no,
50-50.
honestly, no. Let's be real about that. I grew up with a single mother,
Yeah.
just me, my mom, and my sister, and my brother. He's like by the time he was like 8 or 9. I learned at a very, very young age to mature. I was the oldest, and my mom had me at 23. I learned very quickly that I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of my siblings and my mom. Not, me and my mom were very like, it was a co-parenting thing between me and my mom. Even though I was young, I still helped her with the kids. And I disagree with that so much because that is so, I honestly, no offense, well, I feel like that's really toxic. That's really toxic
Wait,
to think that.
Wait, did your mom, so you say you grew up with a single mom?
But yeah, we're raised by a single mom.
So the thing is, I would say to that is your mom had to fulfill both roles because she was a single mom.
You gotta do 100%, yeah.
Right, but if you have a healthy partner between a man and a woman, she doesn't have to fulfill both roles because the man is fulfilling that role.
So I tried a lot. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Because we're talking about relationships. So your mom had to do that because she wasn't in a relationship. She had to fill that both roles for you. But if you want to if you want to attract a good man, a very masculine man, he just wants to fulfill his role and he's going to expect you to fulfill your role. So the thing is, for like I said, for you to ask a 50-50 partnership, that's one of the things that for a lot of men is unattractive because we already doing our part and you're asking me to do your part when I'm already doing my part.
Okay, so I have a question. What is the definition of a man's part? What is that definition?
A man's part is to provide, protect, and so he's to provide you, go out there and provide for the family, go to work, pay all the bills, protect, right? Anything happens to the kids, anything happens to you, he's gonna handle his responsibility and protect you, right?
Okay.
Any danger, any kind of anybody that tries to endanger the family, endanger the household, he's gonna take care of that, right?
Okay.
So so
Here's my comment on that.
okay, go ahead.
It's not. It's 2021. It's not like women can work. I personally, I want to become a lawyer. That's my aspiration. I want to have a career. I like doing that. I have a passion for the justice system, and honestly, if a man is not willing to give me that 50-50, then I know that he's not the one, because he would work with me.
I'm not saying he's gonna stop you from doing it. I'm just saying you can still work. But I'm saying when it comes to the roles, right? You can still work, he can still work. What I'm saying is, for a man, the way we show our love, what we're comfortable doing is providing and protecting. We're not comfortable doing the female, the cooking and cleaning, right? We can help. We can help. We can help you and assist in doing that, right? But to tell a man, hey, if you don't cook and clean, you're gonna. I'm not gonna be in a relationship with you. The guy's
No. I'm not saying that. No, I'm just saying,
right?
Help around, like 50-50. Like it should be like that. Maybe I can say, all clean. Like we build a system or something, like it's equal. Like I'm not saying like you do it all the time. Like, no, that's wrong. That's not equal. I'm saying equality.
So basically,
I understand that, but you shouldn't say that as a requirement to be in a relationship with you. If that makes sense. So that's
a relationship.
That's like for me saying, hey, if you want to be with me, girl, sometimes you really need to provide or protect me. You know what I'm saying? If I go to a date, and if I go on a date with you and I tell you, hey, sometimes I need to require you to provide and protect for me. If something happens to me, I need you to step up and provide and protect me. Because that's why.
Okay. So that's why when you get married, it's when you're poor, when you're sick, all that. Let's say my husband gets sick, gets terminal cancer, who knows? And we have kids. I'm still gonna provide for him. You never know the situation. You never know what's gonna happen. So that's what I'm saying. You can't really say, oh, a woman's never gonna provide. Like, no, you don't know what the universe has in store for you.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying you can't say that to if you want to.
Obviously, I'm not gonna say that.
Well, but you guys just mentioned it, right? You're looking like you just all said I want 50-50 with the man.
I think Monserrat
I believe the 50-50 it doesn't exist. It's something that America has been teaching a lot of girls, and why a lot of them are not attracting a lot of guys, because a lot of guys, I'm telling you guys, a lot of guys do not want to cook and clean. The same reason why a lot of you, most girls who do not want to do the providing and protecting, if something happens to the family, they expect the man to do it. The same thing with cooking and cleaning. I can do it, but I expect you to do it. If somebody breaks into the house, you can do it, right? I'm sure you would protect the kids, but you would expect the what?
Mm-hmm.
You would expect your man to do it.
Yeah.
So, you would expect to, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that I can't help you cook and clean. No, I'll cook and clean for you. I like to be clean too. But if you put it as a requirement, hey, it's 50-50. If you don't cook and clean, and you making it seem like that's a requirement to be with you, then for me, I'd rather be with a woman that naturally accepts her role. She's willingly wants to cook and clean for me, but and she wants to do all that for me. But I will help her out. But she doesn't require that from me. She lets me be a man. I'll let her be a woman. But I will, like I said, if she needs me to wash the dishes, just ask. I'll do it. But if you make that a requirement, hey, if you want to be with me 50-50, I'm like, nah, because I'll be with this girl because she cooks and clean all the time. But then but she needs help, she can ask me. That's one of the things I do. So I would say 50-50. If you don't cook and clean, you can't, because like I said, for guys, we are comfortable in what we do. And you're trying to tell us to go outside our comfort zone of what we're naturally comfortable doing.
Can I make a comment on that?
Well, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Oh, how is cooking and cleaning not something you're not comfortable with? That's a living life necessity.
Okay. Perfect.
You have to survive.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so you have to understand, like, men and women, we are different, right? So for men, like, we're bigger, we're stronger, so we're built to provide and protect for you, because we're the bigger, stronger of the sex. So if you women, you guys are more the vulnerable to sex. You guys have kids, so you guys nurture, care. So you guys are more natural in your role as taking care of the children, the cooking, the cleaning. So so that's why it's like, for a lot of guys, I know a lot of people might say it's social construct, but it's our natural role. It's ever since the beginning of time, back in the day. Think about the caveman days. back in the
The thing
caveman
is,
days.
it's not
we
the
used to-
caveman days anymore.
I know it's modern day time, right? But our nature
Yeah.
hasn't changed. Instead of hunting and gathering for food in the forest, we go out there to find a job and work and provide for the family.
I'm saying
is-
rather live simply than to freaking just like put myself out there and try to complicate my life to make sure like my kids' lives are okay. It's
Yeah.
like if I'm starting to work, who the hell is going to take care of the children? I'm not going to hire some nanny to freaking raise my kids. I want to be there for my kids for like the first like maybe 4
Yeah.
or 5 years. Then when they're like school age, then maybe I can go back to work. But until then, like when after I'm pregnant, like I don't want to like fucking like pay for all the significant bills and shit like that. I wouldn't even be able to work. You know,
I'm
what
telling
I
you,
mean?
that's
You have
what
to
I'm-
maternity leave for like
yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
So like
What I'm-
freaking like what else are you like supposed to do other than take care of the children?
No,
Especially if the man has everything you want, you can probably just like fucking just raise the kids for the rest of your fucking life. You can have an easy ass life. Shit.
no, yeah, yeah. Exactly. What I'm saying to you guys is, if you can't ask a man to do his role and also fulfill your role. You know, what when a relationship is we both accept our roles, the man and woman, of course, and we work together, right? But you can't require the man, hey, I want you to be a man, but also I also want you to do what fulfill a woman's role. But that's what you're saying with 50-50. And I'm telling you guys right now, when you say that openly, a lot of guys, I'm telling you guys right now, a lot of guys don't like that. And they won't say it to your face. They're just like, I'm just gonna go with the woman that's naturally just gonna cook and clean and I'm good with that. And I see a lot of modern women do that. And
that's the thing with
today.
me. I'm a very picky person, and I have my standards. I have a list. I know what kind of person I want. Yeah. So if I want that kind of person, and I'm just like, okay, then I'm gonna wait for that person that agrees with me on that concept. Then fine, I'll wait, because I believe very strongly in that. It's very important to me, because I don't want. Let's say I don't want to be have a boy. Let's say I have a boy. I don't want to be raised with that mentality that, oh, your woman's gonna clean and cook for you, so you have to depend on her when it comes to that. No, he should be a man and cook and clean for himself. He should not expect that from a woman. That's just not right. It's not the caveman days anymore.
So you said he should not expect that from his woman, right?
No,
to cook and clean.
He should not.
Okay, so if you're walking down the street with your man and somebody slaps you in the face, do you expect him to handle that?
Well, honestly, he should handle it because I'll punch him back. Yeah,
so I'm saying,
punch back.
But let me say, these guys 6'4", 250 pounds. He slaps you in the face.
There's always people bigger than you.
All right.
Stronger
so
than you. Even from a female Marine.
So Monserrat, 6'4", 250 slaps you in the face. Do you expect your man to handle that?
Oh yeah.
Exactly. So you're not supposed to expect that.
But
you just said that. You just said that.
Hold on.
But because what you just said.
Hold on. No. I know what I said, and I stick with that. I stick with that. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm gonna still throw my punches. I'm gonna still go at it too. But he wants to help. Go ahead. If he doesn't, we're gonna have a serious conversation. And how are you gonna leave me out there by myself?
Wait. How are you gonna have a serious conversation? We just say. You don't expect that.
I'm gonna defend myself.
I know.
And hopefully he jumps in. And if he don't jump in, I'll be like, bro, what the fuck was that shit?
But
I was like,
you just went against your own rule, because it's the same thing for men. If you don't cook and clean, it's like, hey, what the hell? Why are you not cooking and cleaning? What's up?
Because cooking and cleaning is like, we should all do it. Like,
no, because but like I said, like I told you guys before, there's a certain roles, right? A man natural role is to provide and protect for his woman, and you just said a man should expect his woman to cook and clean, right? But then you shouldn't expect him to jump in if something happens to you, if there's a physical altercation, if somebody slaps you. But you did. So that's what I'm saying is this is why a lot of women today are confused. They want the man, they are putting their role against men instead of letting the man just be a man. And of course, if a man's healthy enough, if you ask him, hey, can you cook and clean? That's fine. But you shouldn't expect him to fulfill his role, because like I said, the more masculine a man is, the more he doesn't want to do the roles that women want to. That's not the woman
maybe
role.
I don't want a masculine man.
But
I grew up with toxic masculinity.
But I'm saying if he's healthy, if you ask him, if I love you enough and you ask me to do it, I'll do it willingly. Would I want to do it? No. But would I want to do it for the woman I love? Yes. If you ask me, hey, honey, I'm tired today. Can you cook and clean? Hell yeah, I'll cook and clean for you. But like I
It all
said,
really depends on the respect.
but you allow me, you just let me be the man. If you do need me to cook and clean, that's fine. But don't like I said, but don't tell to tell men, very masculine men, to compliment the type of men that you're looking for, that you have to cook and clean. If you don't cook and clean, you're not gonna be with me. He's like, all right, it's good. Deuces. Because I'd rather be with somebody that's willing to do her role, let me be me. But like I said, because we love each other, we're willing to if we do need help in our roles, we can do that. But there's a lot of women today are going out there today in modern day society saying 50-50, you better be, I want you to be confident. I want you to provide and protect for me. And I also want you to cook and clean for me. And then for a lot of guys like, nah, you can't have it both ways.
For a lot.
That's actually, you're asking for a lot. That's like me asking you, hey, I want you to cook and clean, but I also need to protect me if somebody slaps me in the face. I need you to handle that.
Yeah, so it's exactly like, hey, like I want you to cook and clean, but I also want you to pay for the mortgage. I also want you to pay for the electricity, the water.
Okay, but what if we're halving the bills? Because I'm gonna, for example, I have a career in mind. I'm gonna have a future for myself. I'm also gonna help with the providing part.
That's what a relationship is. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to providing, it's fine to do half and half. But when it comes to other things, it's like, oh no, you can't do that. That doesn't seem fair either.
What I'm saying is we all have our roles, right? Don't make it a requirement that he has to fulfill your role also. So that's what I'm saying. No, like I'm a man, you're a woman. We fulfill our roles, but we also work together. We both work, we both paid the bills. But and like I said, this 50-50 thing, that's a fallacy, because real love and commitment is 100. There's no 50-50. It's not me like, you know what, I do 50% of the bills. No, I want to do everything. I want to put 100% into it. And we both put 100% into it. There is no like 50-50. That's something that I personally
want to do 25-75.
Hey, that's Deja. That's Deja. That's Deja. Because like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're with a healthy, they will never see it 50-50. Like if I'm with you in a relationship, I'm not even thinking about 50%. I'm giving you my all. Right. And I expect you to give your all. What I'm saying is you fulfill your role. I fulfill my role as a man, provide and protect, you cook and clean, and we can still both work also. But like I said, if you need me to help out, talk to me. All right. But don't tell me that I got to do both. And that's why a lot of modern women are doing is, hey, I want you to be a man, to be 100% masculine man, but I also want you to cook and clean. And like I said, that's not realistically, that doesn't work in the real world. That's something that, it happens in the Disney Channel and Disney. But in the real life, when it comes to men,
Nani has to stay very, very quiet. What do you have to say, Nani?
Oh, sorry. I'm the type of person that waits to hear everybody talk.
Go ahead.
So for me, what I do believe is that we're in a different generation. Back in the days, you couldn't really multitask with a lot of stuff. The roles had to be split. But I think nowadays, when we say that we want a 50-50, I think it's 100 and 100. Yeah. As long you know your role, but let's say, something happens, you got to be flexible. Like, for example, if I get sick, my husband will take care of me. But there's some men with a lot of ego, right? They'll be like, I'm not going to cook for you because I'm a man. I don't need to do that. Do you get what I mean? I just think that men, that's another thing I do not like, when sometimes men thinks they're above women, when they think like, you know what, I can do what I want, but if you don't do this XYZ, you're not the right type of woman. But sometimes if you're flexible and you'd be like, you know what, that's great, she likes to split things, let me figure out how to make it work with her. But some men likes to think kind of like old school ways, if she doesn't do this XYZ, then I'm gonna leave her. That's why most women today are single moms, is because the men don't want to be flexible or try to fill the role, not just being, paying the bills and stuff, but also being the emotional support, showing the daughter how to be treated rightly, showing the son how to respect a woman. That's what I think nowadays things are being twisted, because men think, oh, you know what? Like you said, you men are bigger, you guys are smarter and stuff. But in the Bible, it says that we're both are created to be spiritually equally, but there's roles that the man got to do, protect and also take care of the family. But also if the wife is in need, I'm going to be flexible and be there for her. If that makes sense.
What kind of men do you deal with?
Yeah. So the one that would say, like, a lot of women, you guys are gonna know the difference. What happens is a lot of women will meet a very toxic man, and and because he was masculine and he was toxic, they think if a man is masculine that wants to be within his role, that he's the same way. There's a lot of men today that they're very masculine, but they're healthy, but they're not toxic. So if a guy,
Right.
I mean, if a guy doesn't want to help you if you're sick, that has nothing to do with his masculine. That's just him being a shitty human being.
But that's how most masculine men are. And let's say there was something. Can you repeat what you just said after that
But no,
sentence?
what I'm saying is, if you're sick and he chooses not to help you, that has nothing to do with his masculinity. He's just a shitty person.
Yeah, that is definitely nothing to do with masculinity.
That has nothing to do with masculinity. That's a shitty person.
Okay.
Like, look blind, look.
Raised by single moms, because the single moms would say like, "Hey, all men are pieces of fucking shit," and of course their sons would instill the like, "Hey, if she says all men are pieces of shit, I gotta think exactly like that man because that's all what my mom has been telling me."
Exactly.
No, look here, my mom growing up, she never.
What the fuck is right and what is wrong? They don't have that father figure because they're only raised by their mothers who have so much resentment against the fathers that fucking leave them in the fucking dust.
What is? Remember?
Can I say something on that?
I want to.
Yeah.
Because that's from what their mothers are teaching them, not from their fathers. It's the lack of the fathers.
The lack of the father. Exactly. Go ahead.
It is the lack of the father. Because you guys might think that my mom left, my dad left my mom. It was the opposite. My mom left Mexico, went to a whole new country without knowing the language. Took me and my sister was like literally like a month old, and took me as a 3-year-old, and went to the U.S. created her own life. She never once. She bashed my dad a lot. She did, because she left him because my dad was not a good father figure. He didn't provide his roles when it came to money. He was not there emotionally. He was not, he was not a good, he was not a good father, and he was not a good husband either. So she left him. But my mom, when it came to dating other men, she was never like, "Oh, all men are pieces of shit. All men are all men." Like, no, she never said that to me or my siblings.
Okay.
Right. My little nephew. That's all good.
No.
All right. No. I would push back on one thing that Nanise said. He said a lot of the reason why there's a lot of single moms is because of this toxic masculinity.
Right.
All right.
Okay, sorry. Can I please add to that?
Go ahead.
Sorry, Will. I just don't want to like label, not all men. I try not to say that, but what I see that some men that are in the masculine, sometimes they take it to the extreme,
Okay.
But not all men. Not all men.